Hello dear friends. In the video, I will talk about the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn in January 2020. I will talk about the significance of this transit and possible effects. In this video, I will not talk about the impact of this planetary constellation on individual horoscopes, but I will make a separate video about it. So, we wonder whether the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn means the end of one civilization or the end of one time, perhaps, and whether other great conjunctions that will occur in the year 2020 in Capricorn also may mean the same. The answer is yes, of course. These conjunctions mean the end of one time and the end of a certain pattern of living for the most of the people in this planet. Right away, I will tell you what is the key about the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn sign in the year 2020. So first, the whole year 2020 is under the effect of the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. And this is just the beginning of creation of a new world paradigm. It marks only the beginning. Then the second, the whole year, not just January, is a special moment in history that brings first destruction and then restoration. The third thing, those who do not understand the seriousness of this energy and those who are not ready to bear the consequences of their past acts will face the end, which will be very unpleasant. And for those who are able to fully free themselves from the past and embrace the year 2020 as the pivotal year of their transformation, or to say, those who will be able to keep themselves under control and cooperate with universal laws by being aware of their power arising from self-mastering. This conjunction will bring to them a powerful new beginning. So, let's describe this a little bit. In the video year 2019, just another step, maybe you know, I recorded this video last year. What was my general overview of the transits for 2019? We talked about the existence of a big and small time cycles, and we said that we are at the end of one of those cycles. We also said that always when there is an end of one cycle, in the transitional period, everything turns upside down. People start to act unruly and start being insane. You can say it like that. That's how it is now in our time. Since we are witnessing the change of a great cycle, then the measure of abnormality is also very big. A key point in this reversal of energy, or we can say a point that is definitely leading to a worldwide paradigm shift, is actually the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn in January 2020. So why is this conjunction so crucial? Both Saturn and Pluto are essential for surviving on Earth. Both planets are concerned with the physical manifestation and the laws that govern the Earth and the universe. So there are universal laws. Both of those energies are eminently material, so they manifest on Earth. Of course, they are not only material. Nothing is not only material. And also their cycles affect the stability of finances, real estate, states, social and world structures. Also, both energies can signify violence if not properly integrated. When they are properly integrated, they don't have to manifest in that way. And finally, both affect the life of the collective. I don't know how many things I said, but I calculated like 6 things. Maybe there were more. Aspects of those two planets are always significant, but the most significant recently was the opposition between Saturn and Pluto. So Saturn and Pluto stand in opposition 180 degrees to each other. And that was current on September 11th, 2001, when the Twin Towers in New York, so the World Trade Center, was demolished. I already mentioned in a video called Plutocracy, and I highly recommend this video to you. Watch this video if you are interested in the effects of Pluto energy on mundane level and generally about this energy. If you want to learn, please watch that video. In that video, I also said that we live in plutocracy, not in democracy. And I tried to explain the signs of decadence in the Western civilization in today's time. So please watch it if you're interested in this. So in the event of the destruction of the World Trade Center, that was significant, of course, for the whole world because of different reasons. And what makes it important is not just the killing of so many people, which was horrible, and the demolition of the building itself. But what is significant is also that in the context of that event, there were things following it later. It was establishing of new control over people and provoking war conflicts in the East. So in that video named Plutocracy, I talked about control being one of the key terms that we connect with Pluto. We need to know that control can be beneficial to humans and can be devastating. So sometimes people instead of saying control, we are controlling you, they can say we are protecting you also. So about control, let me say just a few words. Without the energy of Pluto, there is no life on Earth because Pluto symbolizes, among other things, sexuality. So without it, we could not be in this world in this material form. However, many societies and many religions control sexuality because if not controlled, then the lust can destroy a person. So control is desirable here to a certain measure. However, in human and social life, Pluto also means the end of something, and to accept it often means to survive. So as Carl Gustav Jung said, only the one who is able to destroy oneself truly lives. I paraphrase this. So if society or any system is unable to accept its end and then begins to panic and control it, in this case, control is a bad thing. Of course, control is not properly used also when mafia controls people and other things. So I hope it's clear what I want to say about control. It's not always bad, but it can be very bad. Let us try more specifically to say what the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto can bring. First, the end of social and world governing structures that are totally corrupted, and at the same time, the creation of the new solid foundations that will lead and organize life on Earth in a new way. So the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto is not only about the end, it is about beginning and building new beginning. Who has the power and knows how to use it in the right way with full responsibility will reach with this conjunction the highest possible level of competence. This conjunction is therefore not only devastating, it is also a symbol of the most powerful people, systems, and structures capable of protecting and leading both themselves and others over a long period of time. For example, Nikola Tesla had the sextile of Saturn and Pluto in his horoscope, which is, by the way, very harmonious aspect. And that is one of the constellations that most probably help him to make this epochal his discoveries. It also attracts the attention that Nikola Tesla has been able to control himself and concentrate energy to such extent that he was even created in thoughts and in his dreams. To illustrate this conversation between Saturn and Pluto with an individual example, I will give you an example. The one who has conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, for example, in his natal horoscope, is either the greatest genius who understands the laws of nature and universe, and therefore is the most powerful among mystics, scientists, or economists, or on the other hand, is unhappy, depressive, one who has destructive and self-destructive tendencies. Both things can be. It is just the question of integration of the energy. So unfortunately, it is possible with this conversation between Saturn and Pluto in 2020 that we will face actually both scenarios, two scenarios. First the end, and then later on building of new structures. It is also unfortunate that this end of something can be both devastating and very dangerous. Because we all see, why is it dangerous? Because at the moment there is like no hope. We all see that those fights in the world are very big, and we see that no one gives up. We don't see people saying, or structures saying, oh, we were wrong, sorry, we are moving back, we are sorry that we were destroying you, or things like that. No, no one says this, Also, those two planets will meet on the 22nd degree of Capricorn. And this degree, according to the most of ancient and Arabic astrologers, is either neutral or destructive. No one says that this degree is a happy one. Unfortunately, it is so. So the conjunction in January is potentially dangerous because it can cause some incident which will unnecessarily dramatize the end. Of course, we ordinary people may not have the opportunity to see anything concrete. That's possible, though that would be rarely very strange. I would be very surprised, but maybe. For example, according to astrology, stock market of the world stock market collapsed in October 2018, and no one announced that in public. So we don't know things that are happening. After all, in next year, there are many planets in the Earth signs. Conjunctions are in Capricorn, that is an Earth sign. Uranus is in Taurus. Even Jupiter will be next year in the Capricorn sign. So when planets are in Earth sign, things are happening quite slowly. What can we predict for sure is that present leading forces will lose power, that they will be replaced by others that are already being created, and people will no longer connect on the basis of hierarchy. So the control will be of different kind if there is a control in this period. So people will connect more through web-like systems. And so on and so on. I'm just saying what can we predict, what is the biggest probability. Let me also remind you that the sign of Capricorn and the planet Saturn are associated with karma, past, and history. Karma can be understood as a certain balance in the universe. So now is the time for some in the world to face their past and what they once committed. Conjunction is only the beginning of the manifestation of karma. in theory speaking, of course. And until when it will last, it is very difficult to say. It is just the beginning. This is what this symbolizes. This conjunction symbolizes the beginning of the manifestation of karma. So Saturn and Pluto make only one exact conjunction in the year 2020, but they are very close to in September, October, and November 2020. To give you an example, when the Twin Towers were destroyed, that was in September, but that year Pluto and Saturn made aspect in August and November. So astrological calculations are not always in a minute in proportion to how the energies manifest on Earth. So you should always consider a few months around the exact day, or even half of a year around the exact day, especially when we talk about those powerful conjunctions. In my video named Plutocracy, I have already mentioned that this cycle of Saturn and Pluto will end with their next conjunction that will occur in the year 2053 in Pisces. But then humanity will not be concerned with changes related to the world governing structures, but they will be more concerned with the theme of healing, spiritual and emotional transformations, and so on, and especially as a collective. So perhaps that will be the time when humanity will heal its wounds and recover from this our time and events that are happening between the year, let's say 2017 and 2021. According to the ephemeris offered by the cyber world Chaldea, both planets will be in Capricorn again for the first time since our time in the year 2255. But they will, in that time, they will not make an exact conjunction. So we cannot say that this cycle, which begins now in the 2020, will end in the year 2255. It will be much later. And no wonder that it is so, because we are talking here about fundamental civilizational changes that always last for many centuries. And that's all what I wanted to tell you now about this conjunction. I will make a separate video about the effect of this conjunction on individuals. Generally, there are going to be many more videos on new topics that are coming in the year 2020. So stay with me and watch what is new on my channel. You can also check my video about Saturn in Capricorn that is on YouTube. It is about those things that we were talking today about, or my videos about eclipses in the Cancer and Capricorn signs, and my videos about lunar nodes transiting through Cancer and Capricorn signs. If you want to schedule personal consultations with me, no problem, just find my contacts that are under this video on YouTube. If you visit my webpage, symbolicthinking.net, then you will see that I offer different types of consultancy based on astrology, Feng shui, or Thetahealing, which is a method of, say, healing, spiritually energetic healing. I also offer an online astrology course of astrology, and I recommend to you this course very much. If you are interested in such videos that are on YouTube and you are not, you don't know astrology well enough, this course can help you to learn the basics, and you will learn easily and, you know, in a modern way through interactive lessons. If you like this video, like it, favorite it, and subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much in advance. Until next time, I wish you to reach, with this conjunction of Saturn and Pluto, the highest possible level of competence, at least in one or even in more than one area of your life.